Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea, and today we're going to talk about 14 things that are making you ugly. And I'm not talking about like your physical appearance, I'm talking about traits and just ways of being that are making you unattractive and it's making people not want to be around you. Number 1, being mean. Nobody likes being around mean people, so please watch the way you talk to people. Don't be unnecessarily rude or disrespectful. And also remember, being mean is always a choice. It's never justified. We should always try our best to be kind when we can. Number 2, being passive aggressive. This will make you such an ugly person. For those of you who don't know, being passive aggressive means you have a problem with someone or you have some negative feelings that you want to resolve, but you're not gonna tell them. So instead of like being an adult and communicating with them, you're gonna throw little hints that you're mad at them. It's honestly just a very immature way to be. People who engage in passive aggressive behavior are usually pretty toxic. Passive aggressiveness is not only confusing, it's manipulative and just a waste of time. Please just be an adult and learn how to communicate in a sensible manner. Number 3, being petty. And if you don't know what being petty means, it's basically engaging in revengeful acts over insignificant things. And I don't know why being petty on TV seems kind of cute, like when we see it on shows, but it is not cute in real life. For example, if your friend isn't able to come to maybe this gathering that you planned, being petty means you're not going to invite them the next time you plan something. And this is just one example. There's some very extreme cases of being petty. If you think you're teaching somebody a lesson by being petty, or you think you're getting back at them through being petty, you're not. Honestly, it just makes you look dumb, so please grow up. Number 4, judging someone's physical appearance. I think this has to be the most unattractive thing ever. If you judge somebody on their physical appearance, you make a comment about their body, or you try to belittle them in any way, you're the worst type of person, and it's just not okay in any context. Why would anybody want to be around you? Number 5, talking bad about others. People who do this are just trying to point out the flaws in other people so they can feel better about themselves. And it's not only draining for the person who does the talking, but also for the person listening to it. So please just go get a life. Number 6, being constantly negative. Not only is it a burden to the person who's negative, but it's also a burden to the people around you. I don't think people realize that one negative person has so much power to bring everyone's mood down. If you think your negative attitude is justified, well, just don't be surprised when people don't want to be around you. Number 7, being a hater. This is like the worst trait to have. It's basically being mad at someone because they're happy or they're successful. In other words, it basically means you're just so unhappy with yourself that you have nothing better to do than to throw bad energy at people. I feel like the number of haters in the world has just increased tremendously. Like now that we have social media, people will post their accomplishments on there, and there are so many people that are hating on you guys. And I don't know why people have such a problem with just acknowledging someone's accomplishment and moving on. Like being a hater is a choice. Number 8, being jealous of others. Like one of my friends said, jealousy is a disease. You don't gain anything by being upset or bitter at someone because they have something that you want or they're doing something that you wish you could do. Instead of feeling jealousy and letting it consume you, get up and do something. Because usually when people have feelings of jealousy, it's because more than likely they kind of want to do whatever that person is doing. So yeah, get up and do something. Also, I feel like a lot of people don't think that their jealousy is pretty obvious, but let me tell you something. Everybody notices your jealousy. If you think you're being low-key, you're not. Everybody sees it and it's really ugly. So please stop. Number 9, lacking empathy. And I think this has to be one of the most unattractive things you can find in a person. If you don't have the ability to understand other people and their feelings, how do you expect to ever connect with other people? Like, I get having empathy is kind of like a skill that you need to develop throughout life, but you should at least want to try to have some empathy, because I've noticed that people who usually lack empathy tend to be very critical and judgmental people. So at least from my experience, people who aren't empathetic are usually not the best people. People who lack empathy, I feel like, are usually those type of people who say things like, "You're too sensitive." Yeah, so definitely not attractive. Number 10, having low self-confidence. No one likes anyone who has a poor opinion of themselves. Like, If you don't even like yourself, how do you expect other people to like you? Number 11, being a walking pity party. Everyone's life is unfair in one way or another, and if you're expecting people to feel bad for you, they're not. When you're walking around with your head down, feeling bad for yourself, it just screams that you want attention, even though it might not be the case, but it just doesn't make you look good. There are so many other ways to go about your sad emotions. Number 12, being arrogant. It's the type of people who give off that I'm better than you vibe. People who think they're superior to other people are the worst. They tend to be disrespectful towards other people, they bring them down. So if you're like this, please have a seat and humble yourself before you end up all alone. Number 13, being excessively vain. So, being confident is cool and all, but when you're super obsessed with your looks and your accomplishments, I don't know, but it just gives off ugly energy. I don't think anybody likes anybody who's too conceited. And lastly, number 14, being selfish. I think nowadays the culture we live in kind of encourages you to be selfish, but in all reality, I think this is a hideous trait to have. Of course, it makes sense in certain situations to be selfish, but you should never be inconsiderate of other people in order to put your interests first. It's gonna bite you in your butt later down the road, I promise you. It doesn't matter how hot you are. If you're selfish, you're passive aggressive, you're mean, you make comments about people's bodies, you're gonna be unattractive. If you felt attacked or triggered by any of the things that I listed today, it probably means that you're engaging in this type of behavior. And let me tell you, it's not a good thing. So please do the world a favor and work on yourself. I feel like when people are young, we tend to act like a lot of these things. I know I for sure did. I'd be lying if I said I haven't engaged in petty actions. I haven't been super selfish. I haven't been mean. I definitely have. But I think the key is to try to unlearn these behaviors and just try to work towards being a better person. I had so many more things that I wanted to add to this list, but I kind of wanted to narrow it down to the things that are the most unattractive. But let me know down below what I missed. Is there another really big thing that I missed that is making people ugly? Yeah, let me know down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.